Tiszteltek begyűltek leendő publikum. Ismételjen karácsony lelkünknek az önyben.
S mi öröknek ajándék, számunkra édes munka. Társulatunk a színjátszást nálam soha meg nem unja.
Fogadják hát örömmel, szerény művünket szájtátva, ismét kényelmesen ülve, és semmiképp sem állva.
És kedves közönség, legyen hát kedves, ne közönséges. Szórakozzon kultúráltan most, ha egyszer lehetséges.
Ne fancsalodjon, ha netán meglepetések érhetik, és mert történetünk angol nyelven és 3D-ben érkezik.
Nem kell ide tolmács, se szemüveg formás. Csak figyelem, kezdődjön hát az előadás. Jaj, csak még egy tollás. Egy kis hópihében történt ez a csodás eset. Épp olyanban, mint amelyik a sapkájukra esett.
Ahol havasak a hegyek és lejtősek a lankák, arra bújik meg kifalva, az apró kik lakják.
A sok kiski alig várta, hogy karácsony legyen, de nem úgy a Grinch, aki fennlakott a hegyen.
S aki egy szép napon egyszer csak csúf fejébe vette, ő bizellopja a karácsonyt, na lássuk, sikerült-e?
How the Grinch stole Christmas. Every who dying who will like Christmas a lot.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Oh, Merry Christmas!
But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not.
The Grinch hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason.
It could be that his hat wasn't screwed up quite right. It could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight.
But I think the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart is 2 sizes too small.
But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the one-lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now, hanging a mistletoe wreath.
And they're hanging their stockings.
He snarled with a sneer.
Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here.
Then he growled, his Grinch fingers nervously drumming.
I must find a way to keep Christmas from coming.
For tomorrow he knew.
All the Who girls and boys would wake up bright and early. They'd rush for their toys.
Toys!
And then all the noise. That's one thing he hated.
The noise, 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 noise.
Then the Who's, young and old, sit down to a feast. And they'd feast, and they'd feast.
And they feast, 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 feast.
They would start on Who pudding, the man who wrote feast, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least.
And then they do something he liked least of all. Every Who, that in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They stand hand in hand, and the Who's would start singing.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Grinch.
They'd sing and they'd sing and they'd
Sing, 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 sing.
And the more the Grinch thought of the Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought,
I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I've put up with it now. I must stop Christmas from coming. But how?
then the Grinch got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch
got a wonderful, awful idea.
I know just what to do.
The Grinch laughed in his throat. And he named him Santa. And chuckled and clucked.
What a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer.
The Grinch looked around. But since reindeer was scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No, the Grinch simply said,
If I can find a reindeer, I'll make one instead.
So he called his dog Max.
Max!
Then he took some red thread and tied a big horn on top of his head.
Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and he hedged off old Max.
Then the Grinch said,
Gideon!
and the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Who's lay a snooze in their town.
All their windows were dark, quiet snow filled the air. All the Who's were dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first house in the square,
This is stop number 1.
the old Grinchy Claus hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist.
Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch. But if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once, for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little blue stockings all hung in a row.
These stockings
He grinned.
are the first things to go.
Then he slithered and slunk, with a smile most unpleasant, around the whole room, and he took every present.
Popguns,
And bicycles,
roller skates,
drums,
checkerboards,
tricycles,
popcorn,
and plums, and he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags, one by one, up the chimney.
Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding, then he took the roast beast. Leaned out that icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took their last can of Who hash.
Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee.
And now,
Grinned the Grinch.
I will stuff up the tree.
And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to show. When he heard a small sound like the coo of a dove, he turned around fast and he saw a small Who. Then little Cindy Lou Who was not more than 2.
The Grinch had been called by his little Who daughter, who got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said,
Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why?
But you know, that old Grinch was so smart and so slick, he thought of a lie and he thought it up quick.
Why, my sweet little tot?
The fake Santa Claus lied.
There's a light on this tree that won't light one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. Then I fix it here. Then I bring it back here.
and his feet for the child. Then he patted her head, and he got her a drink, and he sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stopped the tree up.
Then the last thing he took was the log for the fire. Then he went up the chimney himself. Old liar. On their walls he had nothing but some hooks and some wire.
And the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse.
Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's houses.
It was 1/4 All the Who's still abed, all the Who's still a snooze. Then he packed up his sled,
Packed it up with their presents,
the ribbons,
the wrappings,
the tags,
the tinsel,
the trimmings.
the trappings.
3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode to the tip top to dump it.
Hoo-hoo to the who's.
He was Grinchishly humming.
They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what to do. Their mouth will hang open a minute or two. All the who's down in Whoville will all cry. Woo-hoo. That's a noise
Grinned the Grinch.
that I simply must hear.
So he paused, and the Grinch put a hand to his ear, and he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Grinch.
But the sound wasn't sad. Why, the sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry. Very.
He stared down at Hoover. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shoo. What he saw was a shocking surprise.
Every who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Grinch.
He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came, somehow or other. It came just the same.
And the Grinch, with his greenish feet, ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling.
How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes or bags.
And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before.
Maybe Christmas
He thought,
doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more.
and what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute that his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load with the bright morning light.
And he brought back the toys.
Merry Christmas! Oh, the Grinch! Merry Christmas! Oh, thank you! Merry Christmas!
And the food for the feast. And he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beef. Köszönjük, hogy itt voltak. Reméljük, jól szórakoztak.
Tegyük ezt majd máskor is, ne is egyszer, 100-szor is.
És ugye értették a történet lényegét, hogy nem kell ide termék, sok ajándék.
Szeressék egymást, gyerekek! Vipp
Karácsony mindenkinek!
Köszönöm.